Good morning and welcome to the kickoff of Relaunch September Success. All right, now these are things that we do every once in a while. For those that caught the last one, it was about launching a podcast, and we did it thanks to all of you in 23, 24 days. And also, thank you, Michelle. Big shout out to Michelle Abrams. But right now, what we're going to do for September is these morning, first thing in the morning, I'm going to come to you live and I'm going to give you a very fast 5-10 minute something to think about that will help you be successful in your business in the month of September, because we are coming to the end. And for some of you, you're like, yes, we're coming to the end. For others, you're like, oh my God, no, I haven't done anything that I'm supposed to have done. Well, I'm going to help jumpstart you this month. Now, what's really funny is I do these literally in the past. I do them in the morning. Sometimes I do them like as I'm rolling out of bed, which is this. This is the tea time. I'm a tea drinker. And so I will be doing this first thing in the morning, literally. What's interesting about this September is that I have kids in the house that are now working, right? I've got my twins. For those that know, I've got 22, soon to be 23-year-old twins that just graduated from college. My youngest, Rosie, is off at school right now with COVID. So we got a lot going on, but I'm not used to having this type of environment when I do my early morning lives. And the first thing my daughter said to me this morning is, are you going to go live like that? Like, instead of putting on a face and doing all that? And I'm like, absolutely. Because this is the morning. This is what I look like in the morning when I am coming downstairs, coming into my office, and starting to work. So this is the real me, and I want you to have something that I'll be thinking about today that you can think about. And another thing that I found really interesting is that I had this epiphany that normally I start doing these at anywhere from 7 to 7:15 every day. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm waking up a little later. I mean, I'm not finding that people are getting online as early as we used to. In fact, things are starting to, start up about an hour later than they used to, maybe even 2 hours later. And Danny, who now works for GitHub, she said, absolutely, where when she was an intern last summer, they were on the calls super early, West Coast as well. But now it's kind of 8, 8:30, 9 o'clock. So what about you? Let me know in the comments, what time are you starting your day and what time did you start it before? Is this a later event? So I will be coming to you in the morning, but I can't, normally I'd say I'm going to be here, at this time. I'm going to hope I'm going to be here around this time, because if I'm any later, it means I'm sleeping later, but that's all a good thing, right? So I want to talk today specifically about something that is so pressing right now that I'm seeing with my coaching clients, and I'm seeing even with myself, that I have to be consistently reminding myself. And that is, your business is a direct reflection of you. Okay? Your business is a direct reflection of you, and sometimes we forget that. Whether we show up, or as we're not showing up, we're showing up virtually, but how are you showing up? How are you bringing yourself? How are you elevating yourself to represent your company? How are you being so that your company is a good reflection of you and not kind of like, not that crazy about that company, that business, because, the person who's representing it just has that same vibe. So what vibe are you bringing? What are you doing to make sure that before you go live, before you make a call, before you send an email, before you put together a proposal or create a course, or how are you making sure that you are at your highest level? And you can do that in a lot of different ways, but personally, I like to clear my head. If I go straight from one thing to the next without giving myself a little bit of that, like spring cleaning or fall cleaning or whatever we're doing right now, you got to clear out that last conversation, that last thing you were working on, and be present with where you're about to go. What are you about to talk about? And I had a great coach once who said I was going off of one. I've had this a couple times, but you go off of one topic and it might be a heavy topic, or it might have made you mad, or it might have like really incensed you in some way, or the opposite, it was like, really happy and you're going into something really, kind of intense. And how do you change over? And so what you can do for those that are Headspace people that like the app Headspace or some other, you give yourself a 60-second decompress. And what is the reason that, you want to take those deep breaths? Because it really does change your state. Right? Now, other people may say, not into that meditation. I would rather just move my body. And, getting your body moving actually changes your state. So that's a couple things that you can do right away. But absolutely change where you are. That's another thing. Don't just, how many of us are just sitting at a desk, a kitchen counter, a kitchen table right now, and doing all of our work from there? I actually have set up 2 little stations for me to do work in my office, just so I have a different place to go, to move to. And the other area that I want to talk about is this concept of who are you really being? And a lot of times we can sit here and say, oh, my relationship with, my spouse or my boyfriend, my girlfriend, or lack thereof, I don't have one, has nothing to do with my business. And I'm going to say that is about as far away from the truth as possible. Every area of your life reflects in your business. So if right now it's September, you are thinking, hey, I'm not exactly in a good place in some area of my life, whether it's health or whether it's, it might be finance. We're going to talk a lot about your financials this month. We're going to talk a lot about your health. We're going to talk a lot about your mindset. But figure out, what potentially would you not want your business to see? That's usually the area that we want to focus on. So for today, I just want you to be thinking about how your business is reflecting right back to you what you're showing up as. So if there's something going on in the business right now, or it's not where you want it to be and you're not making the kind of money, I'd ask you, what about you is also not showing up, is maybe deficient in that area? And just one thing that you can work on today, what would it be? How would you show up a little bit differently? And definitely let me know in the comments below. I'm going to be very engaged in this month. So if you've got something that, is coming up for you, hey, I hadn't really thought about that. These are not novel ideas, but they spark a potentially new idea for you each day. So definitely catch me tomorrow. I'm going to try to do it right around roughly the 8 o'clock time period. So if you're sitting at your desk, put a notification that says, hey, I want to hear what's going on. And this is what we're going to focus on today. All of us together as one. All right, you guys, good luck. And I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care.